ourselves constrained to the performance of those things which God never requires of us, especially as our works cannot be good unless they please God, and are accompanied with the testimony of our conscience that He accepts them. For this remains a fixed principle, that whatsoever is not of faith is sin, by which Paul intends that whatever work is undertaken with doubts is consequently sinful, because all good works spring from faith, by which we are assured of their acceptance with God. Therefore, if it be not lawful for a Christian man to attempt anything without this assurance, if anyone through ignorance has made a rash vow and afterwards discovered his error, why should he not desist from the performance of it? Since vows, inconsiderately made, not only are not binding, but ought of necessity to be cancelled, and also as they are not only of no value in the sight of God, but are an abomination to Him, as we have already demonstrated. It is useless to argue any longer on a subject which does not require it. This one argument appears to be sufficient to tranquilize pious consciences and to liberate them from every scruple, that all works not proceeding from a pure source and directed to a legitimate end are rejected by God, and rejected in such a manner that He forbids our continuance as much as our commencement of them. Hence we may conclude that vows which have originated in error and superstition are of no value with God, and ought to be relinquished by us. This solution will furnish an answer to the calumnies of the wicked in defense of those who leave monarchism for some honorable way of life. They are heavily accused of breach of faith and perjury, having broken, as it is commonly supposed, the indissoluble bond which held them to God and the Church. But I maintain that there is no bond where that which man confirms is abrogated by God. Besides, though we should grant that they were bound while they were involved in error and ignorance of God, now, since they have been enlightened with the knowledge of the truth, I maintain that the grace of Christ has delivered them from the obligation. For if the cross of Christ possesses such efficacy as to deliver us from the curse under which we were held by the law of God, how much more then shall it extricate us from other bonds, which are nothing but delusive snares of Satan? Whosoever therefore Christ illuminates with the light of His gospel, there is no doubt that He liberates them from all the snares which they had entangled themselves.
Engine 22 and A3. Respond to breathing problem. At 11, Abbey Lane. Unit 1403. Abbey Woods 11 Abbey Lane. Cross streets are Headquarters Road and Woodlands Road. Engine 22 and A3. Respond to breathing problem. At 11, Abbey Lane. Unit 1403. Abbey Woods 11 Abbey Lane. Cross streets are Headquarters Road and Woodland Road.
Notorious what extreme impurity prevails in almost all monasteries, and if any of them appear more virtuous and modest than the rest, it does not follow that they are really more chaste, because they conceal the vice of unchastity. Thus God inflicts awful punishments on the audacity of men, when, forgetting their weakness, they covet in opposition to nature that which is denied them, and, despising the remedies which God had put into their hands, indulge in a contumacious and obstinate